I have to admit something. I really like the Fifth Doctor. He's one of the more underrated Doctors, and yeah, I get it. Tom Baker is an incredibly difficult act to follow, but Peter Davison's era has some true diamonds in it. There's not a single season of his that doesn't have at least 2 top-tier stories. And I just so happen to have recently procured the Season 21 collection box set. So, I'm going to break down each story and what I love, and perhaps don't love as much, about them. Maybe by the end I'll have brought some of you around to 5, and if not, well, I hope you find my incredibly biased video rants entertaining anyway. Warriors of the Deep is an imperfect story.
Tegan, make a wish!
It had a troubled production, leading to flat studio lighting, clunky action sequences, and the pantomime horse in the room, the Merker. Most of which has been fixed in the special edition, which is the version I've most recently watched. Speaking briefly about design, I absolutely adore these camp uniforms the sea base crew wear. Almost every character wears a bizarre combination of different colours in this almost pop art style pattern. They remind me of colourful ski suits. I love them. For the most part, the Sea Devil costumes are actually really cool. The biggest letdown is the heads, which look very rubbery. Though there is this excellent shot of one of them blinking with these fabulously long eyelashes. The Silurians look great in stills, but once they start moving they look a bit goofy. Though I do love the details in their eyes. Really what lets them down is the total lack of movement of the face. Moving on to story, I actually found myself really enjoying watching this play out. The Cold War allegory is, of course, the least subtle part of the story, but I appreciate that we never actually learn who the enemy of the sea base actually is, or even which power controls the base. It highlights the greater failings of Cold War thinking, how humans can turn the mere existence of each other into threats, and how the Silurians intend to use that, making our fear of one another into their greatest weapon. At the beginning of episode 1, there's a scene in which the TARDIS is attacked in Earth's orbit by a robotic satellite, Sentinel-6. As someone born a couple decades after the 80s, I didn't really understand the inclusion of this beyond a tense opening set piece. Though after reading this 1984 magazine, I've since learned that it is a reference to Ronald Reagan's Star Wars program, which was intended to protect the USA from nuclear attacks with satellites equipped with heat-seeking missiles. The purely science fiction elements, such as mind control discs, giant monsters, and Turlo's spine,
Can't just leave him!
Face it, Tegan! He's drowned!
are all nicely realised. Remember, we're talking about the special edition. And with appropriately camp dramatic weight for a Doctor Who story. I love that when Nilsson needs to use his mind control device, he doesn't press any buttons, but holds it up in this really sassy way. There are a couple of moments which feel out of place, such as when Maddox overcomes his control disc. There's no real explanation as to how, or if there is, I missed it. And the introduction of the ultraviolet converter, which has no setup before being wheeled out so the Doctor can tinker with it, making it feel a bit like a cheat to get rid of the Merker, but makes up for it later when it's used on Nielsen. The ending feels ever so slightly anticlimactic in the way it's resolved, but the final moments of the scarred Doctor looking around at the room of bodies and saying that famous last line,
There should have been another way.
is just excellent. Overall, I'd give the special edition of Warriors of the Deep 7 out of 10, broadcast version 5 out of 10. The updated Merker is just so hard to go back on, and the faster edit with the added close-up shots and the laser effects make the action so much better. Unfortunately, the levels of AI upscaling slathered all over this box set is a bit much, but I'm confident in saying this is a Day of the Daleks situation. At least to me. And that's all I've got to say. This is a new type of video for me, so if you liked it, make sure to let me know and press some of the YouTube buttons below the screen. I've also got a Ko-fi page, so you can support my work there if you like. and I'll see you next time when we talk about The Awakening.